So, what I was talking about was rules, boundaries, and limitations. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it should.
Rules, boundaries, and limitations. And I got that from the dog whisperer because it's actually what I do. I've been teaching for 41 years. I taught AIDS orphans. I taught crack babies. I taught all the people that people want to throw away. And what I know is that, first of all, nobody is disposable, that all those children were just as important as any other children that I taught. I have a philosophy that there's no such thing as a bad kid. There are only kids that are loved and kids that are not loved. And so that is, how I operate in terms of how I work. If I have a person that is not loved, I give them love, and they're very teachable. But what I was saying to you before about relationships is that rules, boundaries, and limitations are essential when you deal with any other human being. And you have to define your boundaries because people will violate them because that's the nature of the beast. Because that's how it's. You ever watch nature shows?
Yeah.
Okay, there's the ones that can keep up and the ones that can't. And if you can't keep up, you're going to get dead. Survival of the fittest. We're animals. We're beasts. We have the ability to make choices and decisions, and that's what separates us as human beings. And you're actually what would be called an indigo child. Were you born?
I heard that before.
Yeah.
I didn't think of myself as that, but I heard the term indigo.
What year were you born?
89.
You're an indigo child.
Oh,
the indigo children, when you look it up, Edgar Cayce, Edgar Cayce, Cayce, was one of the people who actually predicted the coming of the indigo children. You are the enlightened ones. You came here to change the flow. You came here to change the nonsense. You came here to get rid of the bullshit. And basically, indigo children, a big, in the late 80s, early 90s, that's when the first, big group came through. And then after that are diamond children, sapphire children, ruby children. But they're all, you guys basically came here to put things in order.
What about the diamond and
Well, they come behind you. I mean, this is, I'm not as knowledgeable about that.
That didn't look like a police car.
Sound like one.
It definitely was one.
This Rolls Royce coming down.
Oh, that's beautiful. There are only a few of those, right?
Yeah, that one is actually one from the right-hand drive.
Oh.
I was driving on the right, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But anyway, just to finish it up, as I said, what I learned from Cesar Millan was I learned that concept of rules, boundaries, and limitations, and it is the basis for all healthy relationships. You have to define your boundaries, and when people cross your boundaries, you have to inform them. And I'm going to give you something that will be very helpful to you, and I'm going to tell you about it. But there's a book called The 4 Agreements.
Oh.
And if you have a chance to get it, it's by somebody
I
called...
walked past it before. Wow.
Yes. This is the most important book I think I've ever read. The first agreement is be impeccable.
Wait, you wrote this?
No.
Oh.
This man, Don Miguel Ruiz, wrote it. And the first thing is to be impeccable with your word. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. The third agreement is make no assumptions. And the fourth agreement is always do your best. And basically, this is the Toltec philosophy. The Toltecs were like the original Mayans, but they weren't just a race of people. They were a group of people who were philosophers, teachers, artists, people that actually created a system for how to live and work and be on this planet in harmony with the planet. And with these 4 agreements, basically, everything in your life shifts and changes when you understand it. So using the word impeccably, it says speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. I don't have my glasses on. But it's I tell you, with just this one agreement, when you stop taking anything that happens to you personally, you completely transform your existence. There's no reason to fight with people. There's no reason to disagree with people. There's no reason to be sad, to be angry, because what people do they're not directed at you. It's just what they do.
Thank you. Can I